I got a project that is not really important, but I made this thing, I would say, about 15 years ago. It's not pressure treated wood. It's a little step stool, and it's got a 2x4 here, but the plywood is starting to rot here, and the thing is rickety. Normally I'd step on it, you know, when I'm onto something I can put my feet here. It goes right straight through, see, so I can step on either side of it. And nothing fancy, but it's getting rickety. And I've patched it a few times, but I think it's time to replace it. So I think it's time to make another one. Only this time we're going to use pressure treated. You know what that green means on the end, don't you? You've seen me make enough projects to know what that means. See, it's got like a bark end, and that's why, you know, that's why these pieces are 51 cents a piece. But I'm going to make this out of pressure treated wood this time, using the 2x4s out here. Length of the old one is 17 inches. We can get, this is 32 inches, so we're going to have to make it 16 inches, no big deal. This wood is wet, but it's pressure treated, but you know what, this whole thing is going to be kept outside anyways. Since it's pressure treated, I'm not even going to worry about painting it like I did with the other one. So we're going to cut this in half, so we're going to have a step that's going to be twice as wide as this. So I'll be able to step on there and stay on there safely. What I did is I cut two pieces here. This gives me the top step. And cut them exactly 16.5 inches. That splits the wood right down the middle. So this gives me a wider step. I'm going to take and fasten these together and have a cleat in here so that these legs will come out and it'll be angled in, so it'll be nailed on the top and it'll be nailed in this way. Got the two pieces cut, and this is how it's going to go. When I angle this, these are the four legs I showed you earlier. When I angle this, we're going to be like this. Not sure exactly, as I said, what angle it's going to be, but when we put the angle on the bottom of this leg right here, it'll be, you know, when we determine the angle, then we can secure into here and then secure from the top too. So this will keep it, this should not be rickety in any way, shape, or form. There may be the guy that's building this thing is a little bit rickety, but like I said before, this thing will outlast the old goat. The other one lasted 15 years. I don't expect the old goat to be lasting 15 or 20 years. What I did is I marked these. So this is the point at which they're going in, and then the legs will be flush to the edge, and of course naturally angled out. So we're going to put these on first, and then we'll put the cut the legs to the angle I want and mount the legs. Just pre-drilling, and it's easier to pre-drill here because I can see where the center is. And this is going to be the top, of course, and we'll nail down through there. This is a number 12, so we kind of estimate. If I was going to do two 2x4s, you'd want it to just almost go to the end. This is just an example. This is not the leg, of course, but when we do put the leg on and the angle and so forth, this nail will be just about right for this purpose. And we're using galvanized. So this is number 12. That's what we're going to use on this project here. Just to make sure that because I can't see the line underneath, so we'll just make sure we're flushed out to the end. So we just lay a piece of 2x4 up against so we can be flush here. Alright. I think we're ready to slam these things home. Let me get you a closer look here. You lay a piece of stock up here so you get a flush mount here, see, because the legs are going here. Because you try to read these lines underneath, and it's kind of difficult. I haven't been able to get my big fat head up underneath here to get an eyeball of this, so this is how we do it. Near the edge of the wood here where we put this in, my dad showed me this. You take the nail, you can set it on a firm surface and give it a couple of raps with a hammer. What it does is it takes, we can get a zoom in on this or not, or a close up. What it does is it dulls the point a little bit, and instead of wedging itself in like a wedgie, it will tear the wood going through, and it less apt to split it. Alright, we're going to come out. The other one's not quite as angled as this one's going to be. I'm going to come out with a 45 on the legs. So I got my saw set at 45 here, so we're going to cut the legs at 45. So when we do that, that means the bottom of the legs, the ground part, the part that touches the ground, will also be at 45 degrees. We're going to cut the legs at 45 here. Get this out of there. This wood is still damp from being out. It just rained yesterday. Okay, so I cut it at 45. So when she goes on here, she's going to be like that. Now you see what I mean about the nailing surfaces? You got a nailing surfaces on the top, plus you got the main 2x4 that it could be either nailed to or bolted. The problem is I may not have any bolts, but the legs are going to come out quite a bit. But at least it isn't going to topple over on me, and it's kept. I keep it outside, so it doesn't matter. So there'll be one leg there, and the other leg will be over here like this. And she'll be spread eagle. This thing laying upside down here. This is not where the leg goes, but I'm using this as a demo for the angle. Of course, naturally the legs go up here, you know, like this. But I'm only showing you here for the angle. This is the 45 in this particular case for this project. But you can see where the bottom is, it sits on the ground, that's also 45. So pretend this is the ground, this is going to sit level, right on the ground. So if this was any other angle, then whatever that angle is, this angle would have to be the same. So when I get done, all four of these legs are going to be cut like this. So there'll be one here, and then when you turn it over, you've got the angle properly here. The sun is going down. I may not get this finished today. I may have to continue on it tomorrow. Anyways, we got the pieces here. Now, I don't have any bolts, so I'm going to have to do all nailing. Now, when I try to nail through this piece here, into here, it's going to be a problem because when you bang on this, it's going to loosen this up. So, got a little trick. Make a dead man. No. A dead man is nothing but in this case, a block of wood that I'm going to cut off on the chop saw here that wedges in tight. And I'll move it over here or over here depending on where I'm nailing. And that makes it a solid, that will make this very solid when I start banging on it. I'll show you what I mean when we get started on it. And it's nothing more than a block of wood that we temporarily just tap in there. All right, I can't hold this and hold the camera too, but I'll drive this in more so that when I put my leg up here like this, and I don't mean my human leg, I mean the wooden leg. No, I don't have a wooden leg. Never mind. Anyways, when I start hammering on this, it'll be rigid, and the bench here is solid. So, and then when I'm ready to do this side, I'll move the dead man over here, and we'll do the same thing when we flip this over. You'll see when we get it done here. I'm going to try to get it done before dark. How well you're going to be able to see this. But we've got the nails already in with the pre-drilled holes, as I've told you in other videos. Kind of tough when you ain't got anybody holding this. Anybody want to come out from YouTube land and hold this thing for me?